A quiet study happening right now inside the Social Security Administration could be the first step toward changing monthly payments for millions of seniors and people with disabilities. If you receive benefits like SSI or SSDI, you need to understand what this review means for your money and, more importantly, what it doesn't. There's a wave of new economic policies and government priorities reshaping the national conversation. And now, Social Security is examining a potential new benefit path linked to these shifts. Everyone's asking, could this translate into stronger financial support? What signals should you be watching in the months ahead? I'm going to break down the entire situation, why it's relevant to you, and what it could practically mean for your monthly budget, all in straightforward terms. Let's begin with the basics, because even if you get these benefits, the rules can be a maze. First, let's clarify SSI and SSDI. They sound similar, but operate under completely different principles. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, is designed for those with severe financial need. It assists older adults and disabled individuals who have extremely low income and minimal assets. Your payment isn't fixed. It changes based on where you live, any other money you have coming in, and whether your state provides a supplementary amount. Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, works on another track. This program is tied to your employment history and the payroll taxes you contributed during your working years. If a disability prevents you from working, SSDI acts as a partial replacement for that lost earnings. Both are run by the same agency but have separate rulebooks and funding sources. So, why is there suddenly so much focus on these programs? Lately, there's been a pronounced economic drive centered on revitalizing American manufacturing, altering international trade deals, and incentivizing corporate investment here at home. Proponents argue these moves will fortify the economy, generate employment, and potentially grow federal tax income over the long run. Whenever government revenue enters the discussion, politicians inevitably turn their attention to how those funds might be allocated. And that includes safety net programs for retired citizens, disabled individuals, and low-income seniors. This is the genesis of the current dialogue. Based on recent reports and administrative examinations, the Social Security Administration is actively researching if specific policy shifts could open the door to new benefit possibilities or modifications for SSI and SSDI recipients. Let's be perfectly clear, this does not equate to new checks being signed or automatic raises for everyone. It signifies that analysts are poring over statistics, budget projections, and program guidelines to identify what might be feasible should legislators choose to act. This type of preliminary assessment frequently occurs before any significant overhaul and can stretch on for many months, even years, before concrete outcomes emerge. A lot of folks are hoping this might become a form of economic relief measures for older and disabled citizens. We must tread carefully with that expectation. Typical stimulus payments originate from specific emergency acts voted on by Congress. They aren't embedded in the standard Social Security framework. The current discussion isn't about a one-time stimulus. Instead, it's about potential modifications to the ongoing benefit structures. That could manifest as elevated monthly amounts, revisions to how other income is calculated, or novel assistance avenues for the most vulnerable. Right now, everything is in the idea phase, but the mere fact that these ideas are under formal review is noteworthy. One critical pressure point is inflation's relentless impact on people with fixed budgets. Even with annual cost of living adjustments, countless seniors and disabled individuals feel their purchasing power shrinking. Housing, groceries, energy bills, and healthcare have all become more expensive. For those relying on SSI, a minor uptick in cost can trigger a genuine crisis. Several analysts now contend that present SSI payment standards are disconnected from actual living expenses, and that updates are essential to stop more elderly Americans from sliding into poverty. Another key topic under scrutiny is the rigid resource and income limits imposed on SSI beneficiaries. Currently, accumulating even modest savings can jeopardize your eligibility. This makes it nearly impossible to create a small financial buffer for unexpected needs. Certain ideas floating around propose lifting these thresholds so people aren't penalized for trying to set a little money aside. While this wouldn't directly boost the monthly deposit, it could greatly enhance overall financial security and lower anxiety for recipients. For those on SSDI, the conversation angles differently. Many beneficiaries are terrified of accepting even minor extra earnings because they fear an abrupt end to their vital support. Some policy debates are exploring methods to promote modest work activity without instantly terminating benefits, particularly for individuals whose health may see slight improvement, but not enough to sustain full-time employment. Reforms like this could offer a greater sense of safety to people testing their capacity to re-enter the workforce in a limited way. Here's a vital truth. The Social Security Administration doesn't write the laws. The SSA can conduct research, offer data, and recommend enhancements, but substantial changes require congressional approval and the president's signature. Politics invariably influences the speed and scope of any reforms. Government budgets, economic strategies, and political agendas all determine whether new benefit options materialize. You'll likely encounter sensational online headlines proclaiming that massive payments are on the way or that new checks are a sure thing. Treat these claims with extreme skepticism. Until legislation passes and the SSA makes an official announcement, nothing is certain. That said, being informed is powerful because real transformations often begin with these very kinds of behind-the-scenes studies and debates. So, what practical steps should you consider now? First, ensure your personal details on file with Social Security are current, your mailing address, direct deposit information, and any required income reports. If new options or adjustments ever materialize, the agency will use this data to assess eligibility and distribute funds accurately. Second, maintain organized records of your medical history, work background, and financial status, especially if you're on SSI or SSDI. Clear documentation is invaluable if any reevaluations occur down the line. Also, pay close attention to official correspondence from Social Security, particularly letters concerning reviews, income verification, or eligibility updates. Many people miss crucial deadlines simply by overlooking or misunderstanding these mailings. If a letter confuses you, seek clarification from a trusted relative or a local benefits advocate. Right now, the core takeaway is that an evaluation is underway, not that a change has happened. The broader economic push has sparked fresh debates about the use of federal funds, and Social Security is part of that debate. Whether this results in higher payments, looser regulations, or new types of aid hinges on future decisions still pending. Let's explore what types of modifications are most plausible for Social Security, specifically SSI and SSDI. Historically, adjustments typically followed a few patterns. Sometimes monthly amounts rose via cost of living bumps or special legislative increases. Sometimes the regulations around income, resources, or qualifying criteria were modernized. Occasionally, new pilot programs launched to test different support approaches before a wider rollout. If new benefit paths emerge from the current review, they'll probably align with one or more of these models. If lawmakers conclude that low-income seniors and disabled individuals require more aid, one direct route is boosting the federal SSI payment standard. This would lift monthly income outright for qualifying people. However, this change demands budget allocation and often faces political hurdles due to its long-term spending implications. Even when need is acknowledged, fierce debates erupt over financing. Another potential shift could involve softening how income is calculated for SSI. Presently, modest family help or small earnings can trigger a benefit reduction. If these rules were eased, people could retain more of their benefit while accessing additional support. This might not carry the same budget impact as raising base payments, but could dramatically improve day-to-day life for many. For SSDI beneficiaries, a realistic evolution could be widening work incentive initiatives. The aim would be to permit higher earnings without an immediate loss of disability status. This is crucial because many conditions fluctuate. Some people can manage part-time or sporadic work, but not enough for full self-sufficiency. A more adaptable system could alleviate fear and make people feel less confined. You might wonder if a single lump sum bonus or special payment could be attached to SSI or SSDI as relief. While not out of the realm of possibility, it's less frequent within the core Social Security framework. One-time payments usually stem from distinct emergency laws, not routine benefit program operations. If economic hardship becomes widespread, Congress could enact relief legislation covering seniors and disabled citizens, but that's a distinct process from standard Social Security tweaks. Now let's address timing, because this is a major source of frustration. Social Security changes are not swift. First, studies conclude and reports are drafted. Then, legislators examine proposals, hold committee meetings, and argue over funding. Following that, bills must pass both the House and Senate and get signed into law. Even after enactment, the SSA requires time to update software, train employees, and issue official guidance. From inception to implementation, this journey can easily consume a year or longer. This is precisely why you should never make financial plans based on rumors of future payments. Don't assume new debt or postpone critical expenses because you heard more money might arrive. Until alterations are formally declared, your soundest strategy is to budget with your current income and explore all existing assistance programs you may already be eligible for, like help with utilities, food, or medical costs through local or state initiatives. Another severe problem today is false information. Many seniors are bombarded with deceptive videos, emails, and phone calls alleging new benefits are ready and requesting personal data. The Social Security Administration will never call you unexpectedly to demand your complete Social Security number, bank information, or a fee to unlock benefits. Any genuine changes will be communicated via formal letters and reputable public announcements. If someone tries to rush you or claims you'll miss out unless you act now, that's a classic scam red flag. To safeguard yourself, only trust information coming directly from Social Security or established, credible news sources that detail what has been officially sanctioned. Consult with family before sharing sensitive details or clicking links that pledge extra cash. Scammers prey on emotion and urgency. Staying calm and verifying information is your best defense. Even while awaiting potential reforms, you can take steps to better your financial footing today. Confirm you're getting every benefit you currently qualify for. Some SSDI recipients may also be eligible for Medicare, and some SSI recipients might qualify for Medicaid and extra state aid. These programs can drastically cut medical and living costs even without a cash increase. If your health has declined or your finances have shifted, consider reporting this to Social Security, as it might influence your benefit level or eligibility for additional programs. Though paperwork is daunting, keeping your records precise helps avoid future issues and can sometimes lead to more support. Staying linked to community resources is also beneficial. Numerous local groups provide assistance with meals, transport, housing advice, and medication expenses. These supports create a tangible difference when budgets are strained, and they can offer relief much faster than federal policy shifts. Looking forward, the fact that benefit options are being examined signals that policymakers are aware of the ongoing economic strain on seniors and disabled individuals. Economic strategies don't operate in a vacuum. When governments attempt to reshape the economy, they must also weigh the impact on those not in the labor force or who can't readily boost their earnings. That's why programs like SSI and SSDI remain fixtures in long-term policy talks. Still, it's realistic to acknowledge that no single policy shift will address every challenge. Many seniors grapple with issues tied to healthcare, housing, and daily costs that extend beyond monthly benefit sums. Future changes may assist in some areas, but not others. That's why staying informed and involved matters, not only for yourself, but for loved ones who may also be affected. In the coming period, watch for official SSA updates about studies, pilot projects, or proposed rule revisions. These early indicators often hint at the direction things may take long before final choices are made. If and when new benefit options get the green light, you'll want to grasp how they function, who is eligible, and what actions you need to take. To wrap up, we've discussed how the Social Security Administration is reviewing possible new benefit avenues for SSI and SSDI within the context of wider economic and policy changes. In all of this, patience, though tough, is essential. Social Security reforms advance slowly because errors can disrupt millions of lives. While that's frustrating when help is needed now, it also means changes are generally scrutinized before launch. Your financial well-being relies on that careful process, even if it entails a longer wait for betterment. Let's do a quick recap in simple language. The Social Security Administration is examining potential new benefit options for SSI and SSDI amid larger economic discussions. These examinations don't promise instant alterations, but they indicate the financial struggles of seniors and disabled citizens are receiving serious attention. Possible future adjustments could include larger payments, more adaptable rules, or new assistance initiatives, but all need congressional approval and time to roll out. Currently, your most crucial moves are to stay updated via trustworthy sources, keep your personal and medical information current with Social Security, and guard against scams and empty promises. Simultaneously, investigate local and state programs that can assist with everyday costs, as that support can uplift your quality of life even if federal benefits stay unchanged for a while. Your benefits represent more than just a deposit. They symbolize stability, autonomy, and security. Following policy conversations helps you safeguard those benefits and get ready for future opportunities should new support arise. Even when the system seems complex, your right to clear information and just treatment stays paramount. Thank you for sticking with me through this detailed explanation. By watching carefully, questioning what you hear, and staying knowledgeable, you're playing an active part in defending your financial tomorrow. Changes may arrive gradually, but comprehending the what and why places you in a much stronger spot. If you found this walkthrough helpful, please show your support by giving this video a like. It truly helps my channel continue creating clear, useful guides like this one. Keep an eye on official announcements. Prioritize your health and finances as best you're able. And never forget that understanding is one of the most powerful tools you possess to protect your future and your peace of mind.